Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the game DC Raptors versus Hated. We are playing today on St. Mariglis, and the two teams will be playing. On the American side, we will have Hated. On the side of the Germans, we will have DC Raptors, and we're looking forward to have some steamy action. We will do a quick introduction to the map before the whole match starts. So we will have a quick overview. Most despised point of all, the middle point. We have St. Mariglis with the church, with gardens in the north that will be contested from both teams, which is the easiest ways inside the cap. Then we have an area where you can push over the city here and over the gardens here. And from the other side, we do have these gardens and compounds where you have to cross on field. This cap favors the American side quite a bit. On the other side, in the north, we have Hospice. Hospice itself has this triangle here, which can be a good point of control for the hard cap. The hard cap itself has a few houses that are interesting. One of them is up here. The other angle of attack is this yards here, and you can sneak around also in the gardens here behind. I think that's all we need to know. We are still not going live yet. The game should be starting momentarily. We're moving on to Checkpoint. Have a quick look. Checkpoint has a lot of open fields with a bit of vegetations, which enables you to be a sneaky bugger and sneak through and into the hard cap. On top you have the city with some houses from which you can have some nice control with an MG. Tanks can also just get around everywhere there quite easily. Yeah, and with that, we will switch into the game in a second. I think our dear mod Nixorm, if he's listening, he can make for you a prediction which team will win, Hated or DC Raptors. I think it will be an interesting game for sure. Hated, maybe the underdog against DC Raptors, who have proven themselves against some very strong teams. And Hated has proven themselves too, though. And I'm thinking they could even get the upset if they really nicely prepared. So yeah, that will be good. And you guys, I'm asking you, if you want to bring something to the stream, in the end of the stream, we will watch the clips with the highlights, or dear mod will try to do some. And if you, dear viewer, want to be named in the end of the stream, try to make a clip, send it in the chat, or mod will take it out, and we'll have a nice collection of a few highlights in the end. So for those who are willing to do that, thank you very much. And now let's look forward into the match. And as it's the first stream, and as we fix the things in top, let's see how Hated builds in their artillery. Because that is one of their things that they love to do. Yeah, the other guy is a French streamer. He unfortunately didn't want to do anything together. I texted him. Well, but that's fine. And by the way, I would like to know, do you like how the camera is placed here in the bottom right? I hope so. I think it's the best place, so you can see the squad stuff and whatever else. And yeah, remember, try to do some clips. I will thank you in the end for your amazing clips. We have checkpoint. We have already 2 tanks, a Stuart and a recon tank starting in. We also have the trucks already piling up in front. So we will be very interested in what's going on. And here we have a half circle that's being built, I think around the map border probably, to protect the artillery. I've heard there's been quite a lot of time on the artillery defense this week. So we will have a look with that later. And did I turn off the wrong audio? No, we didn't. But SFX volume we can turn up a bit. Because yeah, there we have it. There we have our tanks lining up, 2 Stuarts, one with Bisons as the commander, one with AP. Bisons, very competent tank commander, very aggressive, so we will see a lot of explosions today, as we have Ziegele from the Swiss Gaming Clan on top of the truck in the new meta. That's how we do it. Welcome everybody in the chat. Let's get on with that game. DC Raptors versus Hated. Who will take checkpoint? Let's see how the artillery rains down from the top view. And let's have a blast, shouldn't we? We see already some trucks from DC Raptors coming in there on the top. While we also have the trucks from Hated taking the direct way into the checkpoint. And let's see if one of these 2 rocket men on the truck can be effective. We have the first artillery shells landing, not hitting any trucks so far. Ooh, that was a close one for both trucks. DC Raptors already a bit further ahead with their truck. Although Hated truck is coming in, the truck continues through the hard cap. Shots were exchanged by the anti-tanks, but no kills so far. And both managed to get their asses into the hard cap. And there we have it. All the trucks managed to land. First truck is being taken out. There rockets also being shot inside the hard cap. And we have DC Wadi here holding the corner with the 2 tanks coming in. There's also a Lux driving directly into the hard cap to have some presence there. And we are looking at some nice combination of infantry and tanks. Although infantry is being taken out by artillery, there is a truck though, and Wadi is hiding himself inside the cap point, so he can be safe there. Currently more pressure of DC Raptors in the hard cap with the Lux there directly. That's being flanked by another tank, and we will have a look at this nice mess. Lux currently not hurt. There's another Lux coming into the hard cap. Both teams love their light tanks. As we have HTD Hated pushing softly back into the cap. Very nice. Pushing it out. But still DC has the overhand with the tank inside the hard cap. And let's have a quick look onto the cap. While the DC tanks is in the hard cap, the Hated tanks are still outside, and with that not creating any pressure, one of the tanks now just drove into the cap, and there the Lux was destroyed from who knows what. And with that Lux out of the hard cap, more cap pressure for Hated, pushing on. Cap hardly fought for. There is 2 front lines fighting around. DC is flanking through the town on the top, while Hated holds the bottom firm with the Panzer IV there sniping in. Let's have a look where the medium tank of Hated is. He's flanking on the outside. He will be the response to the Panzer IV, while the 2 light tanks near the hard cap are holding themselves strong for Hated. And we have quite a nice fight around the hard cap. Lovely. Now we have DC Raptors flanking around the top strongly. And let's have a look to our dear streamer friend. Shout out to the man. How he manages to get on towards the hard cap with his infantry. He definitely is pushing out around the top. They should have spotted the medium, which is also now taking some action in the direction of the Panzer IV. And we see here the tanks currently peeking on each other. Panzer IV peeking forward. The medium looks into the direction of it, should get off the first shot. Has shot the first one. Shot is being traded, that connected to the turret probably. Panzer IV reverses directly and medium reverses. And they will be repaired directly. As they do a nice job. Both tank crews very competent seems, or very active. And let's get it on. HTD currently with a bit of cap progress. Soul Raver flanking around here. And the squads from the top now reaching the hard cap with artillery still landing all around there. And now we have Wadi, who's not a squad lead anymore. Will place a satchel around the tank of Bisons. HTD with the cap progress, but DC is closing in. And there we go! Spinning! Taking out the first tank near the hard cap. With that, and with no more people in the hard cap, and with Ninja Pulver from DC, also a streamer for the ECL. Moving in to the cap, we have a repair station being destroyed, I think. Or something. As the medium tank now decides to peek forward with Red Bull. Very patient. Also a very skilled tank squad lead. As HTD manages to push in to the hard cap with the other tank inside with some infantry. And closing out the hard cap for themselves. 3-2 for HTD. And wasn't that a nice animation? Yeah, there we go. But I think the whole thing is not done. Should be cool. And yeah, DC flanking around the back here with DXM, or one of the Raptors. Ramses heard him and shoots him into the back. Getting traded away now from Wadi. Nice one. Very good. Yeah, and with that, capping progress, some of the spawns were taken out. We have the snipers that are in the back. We still have a lot of supplies there at the artillery. And yeah, DC Raptors pushing strongly from the town. The tank of Red Bull was destroyed, probably by the medium tank. And with that, DC Raptors are capping with the infantry, reaching the hard cap through furious artillery shelling. And we will follow the Raptors here with Scalp that are moving into the hard cap. And are being bombarded by artillery. Let's have some infantry action. Let's go to Wadi. That's running up with a satchel charge towards the sword, which is being taken out by artillery, saved by the bell. Literally. AP entering his tank, still alive, holding that hard cap with whatever he has. Nice one. And there we have a Tiger tank moving up for DC. I guess they decided to have a more stable turret instead of some mobility. And with the tank rolling in, they should be able to create some more pressure. Let's see what they do. The Panzer IV on the outside flank also moves up. High chamber bar, welcome also. And we have some cliff guy just waiting behind that. Ooh, and he got taken out by the artillery. There we have Hated Kackschädelze versus Soul Raver. While the tanks of DC are flanking around, putting some pressure on the hardcap, taking out the Steward inside the hardcap with some extra pressure. And welcome to the chat, Mr. Tank, as well. Yeah. Now DC moving in through the gruesome artillery. They managed to sneak through, get their guys into the hardcap as Panzer IV gets a shot into the back from Baumi. And Soul Raver takes his flank there. Although the Panzer IV is being shot at by a heavy tank. Let's have a small look on what's going on there. Let's clip that nice explosion. Ooh, the tank of Bisons shot away. One or two more shots with the tank, and there it goes. Netramiant as the gunner takes out the medium tank. And now has to take care of a nasty Tiger sneaking in. But what do we actually have? What's more of a problem? That's these guys here to hate it. They are creating a lot of pressure in the hard cap. We have a small look onto the cap. An airhead managed to get through. Two squads managed to get in with some support, and they're already capping. All of DC Raptors is in the attack, and this will be a definite cap race. Can you hate it? Turn that around with some nice tank gameplay or some nice satchels from the infantry in the hard cap. Let's find out. Currently they are defending, and DC Raptors are being taken out by the flanking guys of King and Sirius. So actually Hated pushing into the hard cap. There soon some OPs will be replaced near the hard cap. And Hated creates a lot of more pressure there in the back. DC now reacting with squad lead coming in with Scalp from the Raptors. And some more stuff. And Hated actually creating quite a lot of pressure here in the back. Red Bull currently also back there. And we have look at that. With a sneaky duo tank Puma turning the heavy tank around, giving it 2 shots into the back. And the heavy tank needs to react, while the Tiger probably will be pushing on in a bit if the 2 tanks communicate nicely. Which creates quite a predicament for the 76 heavy tank of Bisons. But let's have a small look into the hard cap with the XM from the Greyhounds. I say Greyhounds, but I mean Raptors, because they have the 3 things. Which is in a nice position. Throwing artillery, grenades near the enemies that are holding them up from getting in, and the checkpoint will not stay calm for quite a while as these Raptors are pushing in there quite nicely. Yeah, let's have a short look how our PC is looking. Oh, it's good. And yeah, DC Raptors also pushing into the hard cap again. Hated holding it strong. Although they were taking out of their house now by some satchel or some nice place shots. And now Raptors managed to get into the point nicely. Let's have a look on the heavy tank, still driving away. There's a recon tank being filled, and I think the fuel is saved for another heavy tank coming in. with the Tiger moving up along the flank where Solar River cleared quite a bit already, taking out another one. We have this Puma just wasting some time off the heavy tank, being a nuisance there, driving around, but now he should be ahead if Bison's reacts nicely. The Puma drives around the back. Look at this. The Tiger is moving up. He should soon have a shot on the 76 heavy tank. But now, with this turn... No, turn further. No, the gunner was too slow. The Puma absolutely doing magic there. Oi. And now waiting until they hear the tank rolling up. It's just great. Great content. Tankers getting out, repairing their tank quickly. I know name looking for the enemy tank. Who's searching for them? Just love it. Now they're erected. They were found. And there we go. Puma finally taken out. The heavy tank can take care of the Tiger, which is marked. And we missed something. DC Raptors taking checkpoint. With their infantry push and the tank being far away, not holding off some infantry. They managed to take the point and cemetery is being taken. We will have a look at it while we see that Tiger tank taking a shot from Bison's and his tank. And let's have a quick view on the map. We see Cemetery has a massive defense spawn with one squad lead that just was taken out. And I think that could be very, very interesting in a bit. Tiger here in the position with an advantage as he has some cover directly in front of him. They can get out now, repair, and we will have a quick look at Cemetery. We have DC Raptors quite far spread out around the hard cap, around the only spawn that HTD has, which puts them quite a predicament because they have to defend in more than one direction. And they also have only one defensive garrison here, one bit further down who's for attack. People from there will need to push up, but so far they're holding themselves. But they're just one garrison away from losing Cemetery at the moment. If they manage to get some OPs down, that would be nice too. There are no OPs currently. Only in the offense. And there we have another spawn coming in. It's quite silent currently, no artillery. Let's see what's going on. We have here some defensive positions. But DC Billy, who's a sneaky son of a bugger, is stopping them from firing. Nice job. Some arty gameplay, you know, we need to show it too. There we go, let's have a look at Ramses, who managed to smoke himself forward in the direction of the hard cap. There is another big spawn, Vadi up in the house, probably shooting the guys into the back. And they're moving in. Taking out some people in the defense. But the pressure coming from the town center, from the other directions, not the hard cap, needs to be dealt with too, because they're rather close to the garrison. The garrison is also hot. And let's have a look at spinning from the Raptors. Walking next to the garrison, he will hear it. Can he find ratio? Yes, he connects, but Kellerkin from HTD trades him back. And with that, we have Netter Amian spawning in, which means their tank was taken out. As a supplier, he will probably drop some stuff in the other direction. And now HTD regaining a grasp of the cemetery. And with that, we will have a small look to checkpoint 2 to see what's going on. Not much. We have HTD King Kong in the back, flanking around as a squad lead. Does he have an OP down? Yes, he has, in the very back. Which makes him there a nasty bugger there. Probably his suppliers are switching through right now to create the redstone garrison. Yes, they are. And option Hummel doing the same. With the tire in the defense, having managed to take out a heavy tank, should be rather comfortable there. And guys, if you see some cool actions from some players, don't mind to make a clip. We will look at them in the end as some sort of stream highlights, with Lenny taking out and being traded away. Yeah, and HTD holding themselves strong against Raptors. Pushing a little back into the town. Having some more guys in the defense. Having another recon unit circle to spot enemies. They're using them even together to clear an even bigger area, and there they spot a huge shitload of people. Okay, look at that. That's just a lot. Very interesting. But DC also a little more spread, flanking around, taking them into a crossfire. Should be interesting to see how this develops here. Let's go in. And this spinning and Sorsen working together. Spinning, clearing the house. Sorsen taking out one of the OPs. And Yuki from HTD with her squad mates surrounding the enemies. But it's being taken out from Ninja Pulver, probably, who is in the back. And let's have a small look at the stats. Who's on top? They're actually quite interesting. Let's go to the talk screen. Turn on the stats. There we go. On top we have H with 30, then we have Netter Amiant, Tank Gunner with 26, and then Xak with 22. So not too many kills on the board yet, but let's see how that changes. Back to the game. DC Raptors actually with their flanking move, having managed to take out the defensive garrison up there with some rocket probably. Or with one of the guys that's there. Creating some extra pressure on the cap. We don't have any other defensive garrison up currently. Also no offensive garrison. We have some people inside checkpoint though. Hummel managed to sneak in. And with the tank and the infantry squad, DC is holding that currently in the back. But we're having some recon playing currently, which takes out some more guys. Yeah. You know what I mean. DC Raptors now sneaking in into the cap. In cemetery with a few guys in. They're already starting their cap progress. There is some people already moving further ahead. If you see, they are moving around here. Pushing out HTD even further. And HTD is coming in from the bottom into cemetery, defending it, holding it. And they didn't manage to push out the flank on top yet. With Musain going into the hard cap. And yeah, firing some rockets in this direction. Very nice. We have some artillery shots being fired. We have AP as another tank commander coming to help take care of this pressure from top, which now also shifted a bit to the bottom, which is interesting to see. So they changed their angle of attack just slightly. And I think this will also help them get some people in more nicely. As we have the tank there with AP completely surrounded by some infantry. And we have some more recon abilities being used. It's very interesting. It's very strong actually, quite OP I guess if you use many of them and if you just redeploy or restock it. That's nice. Hazed also moving in with some squads, with King, with Hummel, with your new history, and with Jax towards the hard cap. They might have had some red zone garrison. Let's see if they can make a retake actually. DC also being surrounded there in the defense. And there we go, checkpoint was just shortly kept. Let's see what the dear Epsilon himself can do against this tiger of Phoenix, who's holding the street firmly. Very nice. There, Epsilon through the smoke. Nasty, nasty, nasty. And he couldn't be seen there. Did he put the satchel on? Yes, it's on the tiger. I don't know if the tank noticed. Might not have noticed. And with that move and the tiger driving forwards toward the hard cap. Noted. Epsilon might have made just a very nice play there. Taking out some of the pressure in the defense. And let's see if we have some hated tanks. Currently we have only a light tank. As the tiger blows up by Epsilon. With some banter in the chat of Wakanda perhaps. Our dear friend and Bush Wookie. As far as I heard. You will have to show me yourself, Wakanda, in some game I stream with you there inside. Hopefully. And with the tiger gone, we're getting some plane for the side of DC. And let's follow Epsilon a bit, who just might have spotted the garrison, taking out one of the enemies with his shotgun. Now will he manage to find the garrison? Nobody around, it's a hard cap garrison. In a very funny place though. And Epsilon with an absolute chat play, moving into the hard cap, past the infantry, taking the tank out. Manages to sneak away their garrison. And allow the dear guys create some extra pressure. Yeah, with a shot on the Stuart. But the Stuart trades back with some bigger gun. Yeah, and hard cap in the defense. Odi Panda from the Raptors taking out the Stuart in the hard cap, creating some extra pressure as they start to cap 7-3. And there we go. As I was saying, it's not looking good for Hated around 7-3. As DC Raptors managed to sneak into the point, into the hard cap. They will sit their asses down there now. And fortify themselves. With Truma taking out a few guys on the flank or Horton from the side. Who knows? Yeah, that should be tough. We have also reinforced the hard cap there. And yeah. I think if Hated can't bring artillery or some nice tank that will take that out. That will be a tough one. As we have a Panzer IV of the Raptors. Ooh. Flanking the tank of Red Bull, which is directly in front of this gun. The tank switches around, gets the first shot in though. And with this battle should be numbered. With the Panzer IV taking out the medium tank and DC Raptors still having fortified their positions in the hard cap, continuing to pressure Cemetery and ready to take it. What an epic battle. And there we have some rockets being fired as DC Raptors turn the game 2-4-1 and continue to cap the last point, which is Le Vieux versus with only their recons. Let's see if Hated has a defensive garrison. Yes, one and an OP. Not so much garrisons this game compared to the other ones. And with a big spawn coming in there in a bit. And some extra squads from DC running towards the cap. We have a tight debacle coming in here. I wonder if they know where the enemy is coming from. Or if they're just guessing. Because anything more as we have an airhead coming in from DC Raptors. I would have thought that could be a defensive airhead, but no. There we go. An offensive airhead directly inside the hard cap. Let's see if Amokan or Eichhörnchen can take it out there. First they need to manage to get inside. Or should be able to. It's marked by the commander. Amokan is on it. The first defenders are near the hard cap. Amokan even takes extra time to destroy it. And with some Hated tanks being back there. And some more people near the hard cap now. It's looking ready to be defended as the tank eats one shot from Serious into the side. Tank. Ooh, I wouldn't have shot there. Because Serious hits his mark and takes out the medium tank. What a POC play. Their tank could have turned to save his life. If you're sending angled towards the anti-tank, the Panzerwreck shouldn't be able to penetrate you as far as I know, except if the update changed it. Very good job. I hope we get some epic clips. And yeah, with that, one of the big pressure points from Hated on the in the defense is gone. We have a lot of people around Cemetery too, but there should be still a lot of defense. And we have some people now coming towards the hard cap. And those people with clowns from the Raptors we will follow for a second. Let's see, clowns spotting the Stuart. Like a proper Jet, he decides, I will shoot it into the front, but misses. Stuart returning fire, clowns reloading, having the first coat of paint put on, but the second shot will definitely connect to the Stuart, taking its turret out. And with that, he lets himself being taken out to have more shots ready to fight his Stuart. Let's go. DC managing to get towards the hard cap with Sourstone and Opiana with the Stuart firing nicely into the cap. And for Hated actually with a garrison in the back and another medium tank with Bisons moving up, taking control of the flank. We ask, where are the German tanks coming in? There we have one rolling up. A Panther. Let's follow this one for a bit. As he moves up there on the road. Let's see later how he does. So we have already the first people of DC inside the hard cap. Hated doesn't manage to bring some people in there who could clear it, with the tanks being the only ones near the position. They're quite in a predicament. If this goes on for just half a minute or more longer, that could be the end of the game. So whatever Hated has that can drive into the hard cap, now's the time. Drive or run, with Rapunzel joining in there. The tanks shooting inside. Sirius with another shot to another medium tank, connecting it. Tank keeps shooting. And Sirius waits for his moment. If the tank shoots another one, ooh, there he was splashed away. And there we have a bomber of the Germans. Taking out one of their guys. And we have a lot of rockets being fired. And there we have the Steward, the emergency Steward, driving into the hard cap and actually holding it. But guess who's back? It's not Arnold Schwarzenegger, but the Panther, driving into the hard cap. And putting on some extra cap pressure. Taking out another tank inside the hard cap. The Steward, which was holding it. And with that, Hated is quite in a predicament. And with the medium tank driving up there towards the hard cap, which isn't inside yet. That's the game for DC Raptors, ladies and gentlemen. After 40 minutes of a hard-fought battle, we wish GG to both teams. And DC Raptors wins 5-0. GG. Let's have a quick look at the stats before we finish out our stream. We have Musain with 36 kills on the top of the leaderboard, followed by H, then by Xak 822 with 35. We have Opinada with 32. We have Banjobo with 29. We have Elvar with 29. We have Neteraniment with 26. Most deaths were recorded by Turbo Jürgen. The highest KD is by Captain Pollux. And the biggest kill streak we have with Xak Gask with 20 kills. Highest kills per minute is H.